Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Okay, as we march through October, it's time to finish or put the final finishing touches on my Hyacinth for the Botanical Beauties project. So I just want to pop my hoop on and I get to peruse my threads and pick out some purples, maybe a few different tones of purple, and then work out what type of stitch I'll do to finish the little flowers. So that's the plan today, in today's video. I'm filming it in advance, of course, because as you know, I will be well and truly in the middle, why is that not undoing? Well and truly in the middle of my retreats. I will be, what day will you be watching this? Probably the 14th of October. So I will be at the first day of the Ipswich retreat, having returned from the Ballarat retreat, all going to plan, of course. Now that's too big, I tell you. Fiddling around here, just finding that right. Really like this hoop, and I think it's an old girl. I picked it up at a op shop, a thrift store. I really like it, but this here can be a little bit problematic, but once it's locked in, and it doesn't have to be super firm. It's only really because this fabric is a linen, hello Fudge, that it sort of needs a little bit of stabilising, and I don't have anything on the back to stabilise my work, so it sort of just helps keep my embroidery flat, especially when I do stitches like weaving. That really helps keep it in position. So let's go have a look for some purples. So the first one I picked up is these odd bod ones. So there's a bit of silk in here, cottons. These are just from different designers that when I pick up like a little sample. I don't think there's really anything that's jumping out at me other than, you know, going lavender, but I think I want to have stronger, bolder colours. So back to the main group, which is a collection of stranded cottons, mostly DMC. I don't seem to see a lot of anchor around. And these DMCs, gosh, they'd be 30-year-old. They'd be when I was doing cross-stitch and buying lots of colours to do different pieces. So they're old. And then in amongst it are Wonderful Pearl cottons, number 8s, number 5s, number 12s, and also DMC pearl cottons. So they've sort of all become a bit of a mishmash, and due to the amount of stitching that I do now, I can sort of recognise what's a wool, what's a pearl cotton, and what's a stranded cotton. So I used to keep them all separate, but now it's more I need a colour, so I just go to that section, and I'm thinking this is the colour. I sort of don't mind that. It's a slightly thicker thread, and that might give me a little bit of variation in there. Now, I've got a mix of paint, a mix of sketch, and now it's about putting a mix of stitch in there. So I'll just grab a needle, and I'm going to use a chenille needle because it'll give me a nice big eye to handle these threads. So not a real exciting video. I think I'm going to do just a stab stitch. I don't know. It's too thick to do lazy daisy because I need to build up multiple stitches to fill the shape of the flower. So I'm thinking, oh gosh, my tummy is rumbling already. I'm thinking just doing straight stitches, varying the length as I sort of try and define the shape of this petal. I've put the stitch right in the middle, and I'm just dropping back. Here comes the Fudge. He's just jumped up on the table. So that took 3 stitches to get that petal done. Let me zoom in for a moment for you newbies so you know what the hang I'm talking about. I put 3 stitches in. Fudgy, stay there. Oh, don't knock that. Oh, he's rubbing his gels on corners of things. That's the 4th. Now I'm working to the other side of that original centre stitch. I think this will work a treat. It's not real exciting, but they have a little pointy end to the petal. Well, the photos that I've seen. So I think I did toss up doing a satin stitch, but I'm thinking that that will do the trick. Just a simple, and then what I'll do is I'll come up here, put my centre stitch in again. And the petals don't really lie flat on this little flower. They sort of cup a little bit. So I'm thinking I can sort of manipulate the placement of my needle to be a little bit random and not so, I guess, daisy-like. So there's the centre stitch done. Now I'm doing the 3, maybe 4 slightly decreasing in size stitches. And I think that will do the trick, you know. All of these stitches on this piece have been quite a simple sort of approach, not getting too dug down into, you know, classic stitches. It's really about the elements of black pen, the paint, and a little bit of stitching. If anything, it's taught me to pare back a little bit. It's not like that intense thread painting that I often do on a particular flower element on a piece. And I've actually really enjoyed this. So now I've done that petal. That was quick. Done that one. Let's come up here. You can probably hear my dryer beeping too. I'm not sure there's a beep in the distance. I thought I had a bit of time on it, but obviously that went real quick. You know, you start doing chores around the house and you think, oh yeah, I've got 40 minutes before the washing machine will call me, and then suddenly it's calling you. It's like, wow, where did that 40 minutes go? Okay. Yeah, that's going to work a treat. And I won't worry about it being too intensely stitched either, because I don't mind if I see a little bit of that black sketch. To save thread, I'm bringing my needle up where I remembered to do so, next to, oh, that didn't work, the stitch that I've just placed. But got to be a bit careful, like you saw just then. This is a very loose weave, so sometimes I bring it back up and it pulls through. But it is a good way to save thread if you can, you know, not waste it on the back of your piece. So there's that one done. So what I'm thinking is I picked out a second thread there. I'm going to say that that's a number 5 DMC Pearl Cotton. That is a Wonderfill, because I can just make out the tag and the colour there. And that'd be an 8. So I think having the 2 thicknesses and the 2 tones will look really pretty. So I'll do some in this and some in the other. Decision made. How easy was that? So next Monday, because this piece, or this prompt has come together so quickly, next Monday's video, I will go and revisit the prompt for Susanna's calendar and start working on that little piece. I presume from memory it's a squirrel that is the October character. I think so, yeah. I got it sitting over to the side, and I've been using the critters within that whole year of different images that we've been working through to make 4 sides to another handy vessel, Japanese rice bag. Well, it started out as a Japanese rice bag, but I've made it really stiff-sided so that it sort of stands on its own, but could be brought in with the drawstring scenario that Japanese rice bags have. And I've made, oh gosh, I think about 3 of them since I've been on YouTube. And I thought that the critters within Susanna's, there's probably only 1 stitch left in this thread, maybe 2 if I'm sneaky. It's getting a bit short. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I've made a few of them, and the critters were just too darn cute not to make another one. So for those of you who've been around a while, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're new, next Monday you'll see the final side to the 4-sided project. And I'm pretty darn sure it's a squirrel. I'm getting more stitches than I thought. That's it, that's all we need. Being that I've got a centre of a flower that's there, I'm tempted to dig out the beads and put a little bead. Okay, I really jiggered that finishing up stitch there. It's all right, that won't come out. So I need a little bit more of that guy to finish there. And I'm thinking a bead. I don't have a lot of beads on this piece, but I have used them, but just not a lot. So what I might do is I'm going to actually load the needle this time with the second colour. I can come back and finish that. We won't bore you with that. Let's jump elsewhere and do one in this colour until I run out of thread and yibby yabba. And then I might grab some beads and we'll put those into position, and then I'll have a plan. So like I did before, I'm doing that centre stitch. I'm going to speed up a little bit now, and then put the stitches either side of that first stitch. Making them slightly smaller to try and convince you that that's a petal. Oh, that washing machine beeping. Do washing machines and dryers and that beeping at you drive you batty if you can't get to it? My husband can sit there and it'll beep away and he'll get to it when he's ready and he's good time. And if anything, he seems to not hear it. Me, oh my goodness, I literally have to drop what I'm doing. I will jump over furniture at high speed to get to it. No, I don't, but that's the effect it has on my brain. Oh my goodness, I tell you. It's like an instant call to action. I would have made a really good fighting lady, because when those bells would have gone off in a fire station, I reckon I would have been first down the pole, and while I was going down the pole, picture this, me putting on my boots and the overalls and strapping a hose to my back, and then I would have been in the cabin of the truck. I would have had to have been a driver because, you know, that's just the way I roll. I reckon I would have been driving out of the fire station with half the crew still coming down the pole or putting their dinner into the fridge because they didn't get to finish their meal. I would have made a good fireman. And that that's the effect that buzzers and beeps have on me. So you can now picture when the washing machine's finished its cycle, what effect that has on me. Oh dear. The next time you do a load of washing, you're going to hear the beeps and you're going to think of me jumping over the couch and the furniture, just about breaking my neck to get to the machine to disengage. And if you see a fire truck whizzing by you on a road, you're going to think of me and go, gee, I wonder if Corrine's driving that And ask yourself, I wonder if she has any crew in the truck with her because she was so fast to get out of the gate. Oh my goodness. Tell you, it's funny how we process things, isn't it? When my husband, he would put his meal in the fridge. He would make his way swiftly but carefully to the next station, to the task. All things would be taken into consideration needed for the call out. Everyone would get there safely. He'd have all the tools on site, especially if he needed some tools to, say, rescue someone out of a car or something. He would have a hose on board for a fire, where Corrine would be standing on the footpath going, bugger it, I forgot the ladder. Oh my goodness, I've got tears in my eyes from giggling. Can't see to stitch. So that's given a completely different little flower. I love it. I like the randomness of this. This is great. Oh, there goes my tummy. Well, the washing machine stopped. See, now I'll forget that it's there. Maybe that's why I react so quickly, because I know if I don't do it, I could forget because I'll be sidetracked with something else. Oh, too funny. There we go. I just had enough thread to finish that this time. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just press it down a little bit. When you do your embroidery, it can look quite fluffy. I really like it when you put a little bit of pressure on it. It sort of makes it feel like it's been there a little while, burnishing it into your fabric, for want of a better description. It does make a difference. Let's grab some beads. They're just to the side of me. Hang on one moment. I think we can go nice and bright. Those little beads there sort of feel like they might be the way to go. This is from Spotlight in Australia. Let me zoom back up because I'm right up in your space. Spotlight Australia has this brand, and I didn't have a lot of bright colours in my collection because I was doing, you know, projects for a while that weren't like this. And then when this project come along and I saw that, I thought, you know, if that's not flowers, I have a feeling I could use it. So that's how they came to be. So I'm just grabbing a needle and just sewing machine cotton. And now I'm just going to decide, is it one bead or two? I need a finer needle. That one there is a milliner's needle. Yeah, that might work. So it won't take me long to finish this. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little flowers, and that's if I don't leave. So I've got sketchy ones here. I can leave them. So I might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and leave all these little sketches around. I can always add more little petals with the pen. So do my sneaky little knot so I don't keep having to rethread that fine needle. Alrighty, let's get 2 out, hey? Well, we've got 3. So I'll do, I think I'm going to need more than 1 because it's actually quite a large gap. So I'm just going to do a couple little stitches just to anchor my work. Hope this needle goes through those beads because that'd be quite annoying. Just feels very solid in my hands. Oh yeah, we're good. 1 bead. Oh, I think we could do it 3. Let's be luxurious, hey? Sort of a bit lost. So I'll do 2 stitches through the bead because it sort of helps settle it down. Otherwise it can be a bit wobbly. Okay, so that's gone through. Beautiful. Gosh, we've only got 2 more flowers to add to our project, and that's 1 year. Oh my goodness. I say it went quick, but it didn't. Like, you know, a year's a year, but it is when you look at your piece and you go, you know, there's only 2 spots left for flowers. Yeah, 3. That's really good. It sort of has, you can't even see. I just glanced up to the TV that my iPad projects to, and it just looks like a purple blob. Looks better here. So that's that little guide done. I just do a really good knot because, you know what beads are like, they can be a bit. And I might just grab another 3 and we'll finish that other flower here. And I'm going to use, oh, my needle came unthreaded. So much for the sneaky knot to hold it in place. That's better. I can hear a fly. I had the door open to the studio and I went out that side door to put some rubbish in the bin, and a bloomin' fly has come in. Oh, I hate flies. When I was a kid on the farm, they were just thick. And often we'd wear a hat with a veil around our face just to keep the bloomin' things off of our face. Oh, disgusting creatures. So when I hear a fly, once again, it's like the beeping of the washing machine. So you know what's coming. I'm going to be grabbing a whacker or a... I actually saw online ages ago this gun that shoots salt. And it was showing these people sitting at a barbecue. There was a heap of guys sitting at a barbecue, and of course there's always flies come in when you're cooking. And they've got these salt shooting, I think it was salt shooting guns, and it's of course the salt shot at a fly is enough to take him down. And I thought, you know, that would be something Corrine would really enjoy. I never actually ordered it, because the more I thought about it, I was thinking, well, maybe it's not a good idea. Be salt flying around in all directions as I'm going into a crazed stage of shooting flies. So I figured it was best I didn't order it. But it often pops up as an ad around summer on Facebook and all that, and it just makes me giggle. Could you imagine it? There we go. So this won't take long to finish off. Just extra little knot. So I think I mentioned in the last video that I'll leave that there with that we've got a prompt for November, and we've also got one for December, but Susanna and I were chatting, and I've stitched it a couple times through the year on other projects, and I was like, and it's the one that I chose. Susanna's picked 6 and I picked 6. So for those of you who want to stay within the list of them, you can do that flower. But if there's a flower that you were hoping for and didn't get, maybe your favourite flower, December can be that. So it's a free flower. You can do the one that we announce. I won't be, Susanna will be, or you do your own. So that'll be the 12th the 12th flower. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the last video because we were tossing it around, and in that video I said, Susanna, let's just do it, give everyone a free flower, or, you know, do the one we suggest. Don't know what flower I'll do. I haven't thought that far. I'll just get November's in place and see the colours and, you know, just sort of make a decision then. So once again, I just did my big stitch in the middle and slightly decreasing in size stitches either side, and this will finish that final missing petal there. It's pretty quick. Here we go. Done. I suppose I might toddle off. I still have that washing machine to go visit. I think you guys have got the gist of what I will do with this particular project. So I'll just bring that up to the camera to give you a better shot. You can see the beads, more so in that little guy than that one, but it's going to really work. So I'm ready with some thread. Got my bead thread. Got my colours and some beads. All right, I'm going to toddle off. You guys have a great day. I'm hoping you get some stitching done. If not, go do some washing. Oh my goodness. Don't let the washing machine bug you as much as it does me. I'm sure it doesn't. Anyway, look after yourselves, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.